Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are live. I'm here with the lovely Nicolette Moore. I think, yeah, I have to point this way. And I'm Adrienne Hill, of course, and we help, business builders and entrepreneurs to launch and scale their businesses. And we wanted to come to you today and share some quick tips about some things that we are working on to start the year off strong. You want to introduce us to this idea, Nicolette, while I pull up some cool stuff we can share with them?
Yeah, so we're going to be hosting a workshop next Monday and Tuesday. The first day, I'm going to lead the charge where we're going to be focusing on vision and really helping you get crystal clear on what is it that you're creating, what is being birthed out of you that over the course of 2023 you can really evolve through. And so we're going to be focusing a lot on what the creation of it and really seeing how it's custom to you, looking at it through your unique custom lens. And then Tuesday, Adrienne is going to take her mind-blowing genius and help you to really take the intangible to make it tangible and give you a really solid game plan by the end of it that's going to help you walk away with wow, I know from January till December what I'm doing and how to plan and how to focus every single month, and you're going to love it. It's going to be awesome. So today we wanted to come and show a
Yeah.
little bit about what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be working on, and
We want to give you a sneak peek
yes,
on the inside of how it is we're going to help you get organized. So I'm going to share my screen. There we go. It's right next to us. So as you guys can see, we're giving you a sneak peek of what we are going to share with you in this session next week. So for anyone watching who's ever wanted to get more organized, get your ducks in a row at the beginning of the year, have your full promotional plan done for the year, understand what you're promoting, how you're promoting it, all the things. We're giving you a sneak peek of what we're going to take you through next week. And so the yearly and quarterly goals will be handled by Miss Nicolette. So I'm going to zoom in actually so people can see further, but let's talk about some of these categories.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So here we go.
I want to say, you just have the 7, or did you add you added a bonus for
I
anything?
added a miscellaneous. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I really love to focus on 7 key categories because the truth of the matter is that even though this is a business workshop and we focus on helping you to grow your business so that it's actually, producing revenue and sustainable, something that is able to be scaled, the business is one part of your life. And so I find it's very important to have focus on multiple different categories. So you'll see that on the yearly goals spreadsheet, we are identifying the different areas that really behoove you to focus on. So, of course, first starting with business, where the whole idea is that by the end of 2 days, you really have a solid business plan. So we're going to start there and really look at where your business is, where do you want to go, where would you love to be in a year, and how do we get you there. So that's where we're going to start. Now you'll notice that we have some other categories. So we have wealth mindset, and that is really about where are you investing, where are you putting where additional streams of income, where can you focus on over the year to grow your wealth that may not have anything to do with your business, and that's worth focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
um, and so we've got network relationships. I call that is something that as you know, love Adrienne, she's a great friend of mine. When you build a network, whenever you build connections, it opens doors, opportunities for you that weren't there before. And so what kind of goals do you have for your network? What kind of goals do you have for relationships that you would like to grow and foster throughout the year? So it's very important, especially to grow your business, having
Well,
those relationships built.
I mean, your net worth is your network.
Yeah.
So build that network, right?
Yes. And the famous, Jim Rohn quote, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Who are those people that you want in your life that you want to emulate? And so this is a great place to focus. Family, of course,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
You don't want to build your business at the expense of your family. You
no,
want to build it to support your family.
yes. And that's one of the, I think, I don't know about you, Adrienne, I'm sure you've seen it too. There's so much struggle, especially with the women, how do I
Mm-hmm.
do this plus have children and manage the wife duties or mom duties or whatever. And so we can focus on how do you do that and what's going to feel good to you.
Yeah.
Um, then we have spiritual growth. So depending on where you are and what your spiritual viewpoint is, it's going to be unique to you. However, how do you connect with something outside of yourself? That is so important for you to get centered on because um, we can get so closed-minded and closed off about like our what we experience as challenges and obstacles. If we don't see the bigger picture that they play into,
Mm-hmm.
we can really lose ourselves or get defeated.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how do you want to grow your spiritual self over the year so that you're fostering a healthy engagement with your life and with the obstacles that you are facing that's going to help you overcome them?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is
Yeah.
that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone needs some sort of a spiritual connection, and we all might define that differently. But amazing things happen when you tap into that and you live in a place of trust.
Hmm.
Um, and it's interesting, all these different categories. Of course, you guys can see self-care. Like if you're not taking care of yourself, the whole thing falls apart
Yeah.
completely, right? And yet your physical health matters, right? Maybe there's a miscellaneous section, but as you guys can see, there's more on here than just business
Hmm.
because your life is not 100% business.
Hmm.
Like business might be a part of it, but it's not all of it, right? And so I just want to share a brief little story. I'm a very ambitious person, and I'm a doer, and I'm like I have go-go-itis, right? So I will just go 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 like the Energizer Bunny, and Nicolette has to kind of like slow me down and center me and say, but remember all these other categories. Like, are you losing sight of these things? And when she helped me to zero in and revisit all of these categories weekly, monthly, quarterly, that's when my business really took off.
Hmm.
Is when I stopped thinking 100% about business all the time. It made a huge difference. My business grew faster when I was thinking about all 7 of these categories.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's like, how do you create space in your life?
Yeah.
Focus on what matters, but you really have to learn like how to prioritize and how do you I
Mhm.
don't personally believe in the word balance. I'll just put that out there. I don't believe in balance, but I do believe in addressing like what nurtures the whole person, what nurtures your whole
Mhm.
self, and how do you make it work? How do you create win-wins in your life every day? And
Mhm.
how do you focus on all these areas? Because you are a complex being. How do you
Mhm.
focus on all these areas and make it so you're having success everywhere?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, how many of you are loving kind of the view of this, of realizing like, oh man, I wish I was organized. If I had something like this, I could definitely feel a lot more organized. Well, it gets really cool. So we have a quarterly version of each of these. So as you take those yearly goals, of course, you can break them down across the quarters. You can see just a little example here of how we've done
Mhm.
that. But then when you break it out into month by month, here's how cool it gets. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because that's a little crazy. But you can see that there's, as you're tracking these little tasks, like it'll measure for you. It'll measure how much progress you've made along the way. And as you're checking things off, it builds this sheet. So how satisfying is it to kind of watch your progress as you work your way through week by week, staying so organized, knowing exactly what your priorities are for the month, checking them off as you complete them, and revisiting each of these quarterly goals and tracking how far you're getting as you go, and having a group of people all holding you accountable, all cheering you on, all checking in with you. Um, as you're filling this out and as you're making progress against these goals, if you were just a little bit more organized, how much further could you get? Right. And that's what I love about bringing this kind of a tool to people. And I even threw examples in here. I'm just going to give you guys a really quick sneak peek. I actually have examples in here of exactly what my promotional calendar looked like the last few years that allowed me to bring in over $400,000 into my business. So I'll show you my last 2 years worth of like at a glance promo calendars. And then what I do is I give you your own blank version that you can fill in to suit your lifestyle and to make it work for you. because
Mhm.
yours might be very different than mine, right?
Mhm.
Your balance of those 7 categories, right, might look different than mine. But this is the depth of what we're talking about that we're going to get into next week, and I'm so excited. Is there anything else in here that you wanted to show off, Nicolette, before we take away the screen share?
No, I mean, there will be some more things that we go through for sure. On the vision day, we'll be doing some exercises and some
I bet
activities
you
to really create clarity. Uh-oh, you froze up on me. Can you see me or hear me okay?
I can now. I think
Okay.
it was partially me. I don't really know.
I
I
don't know.
stopped screen sharing just in case it
It's
was
like
the screen.
wherever I go, the tech zombies just
I
follow
know.
me.
I know. Yes, yes.
Yeah. But for my portion, we'll be doing some activities to really help create clarity because, you know, some people are spreadsheet people and are like, oh yes, I love checking off the box and I love it too. Like for sure, it always feels good to mark a line through a line item that you're like, yeah, I did this.
Yeah.
But it can also feel intimidating, like, whoa, I don't even know how to begin filling that in. Well, that's okay. We got you. We
We're
got
going to
you.
take you through step by step.
Yes, step by step to create crystal clarity so that you really feel empowered to fill that out and you feel so good by the end of the. So my intention is by the end of day one, you are ready to sit with Adrienne and have that promotional plan played out for the Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So by the end of day 1 with Nicolette, you'll know your full vision for the entire year, and you'll have broken it down into all your quarterly goals.
Yes.
And then when you get together with me, we'll talk about all the different sales systems that you could use to suit your lifestyle. You can pick and choose the ones you like. And then we can plot out which sales system you're activating when, what month it falls into. You can fill out all those monthly planning sheets and have an entire plan for the year. Now, I know some people look at this kind of thing and they're like, whenever I make a plan, a month later, it all falls apart. And like, if you plan a whole year in advance, there's no way it's going to stick. Well, yeah, you might be right. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, you have to be willing to adjust and pivot and make adjustments as you go. It's a process, not a prison.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
I love that. That's a
I mean,
great quote.
set the framework and leverage it, but be willing to be flexible and pivot here and there. Make it work for you, right? Make it work for you. But it's easier to have a plan that you tweak a little bit than it is to have no plan at all.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's good too to get really, to spend that time on Monday to get clear on the vision of what it is you want to create. So you have an idea of like a path moving forward. I love likening the GPS navigation to vision because it's like you drive out of your driveway. Well, unless you have a destination you're going, you could literally drive in circles in a neighborhood with where you really want to go is a neighborhood over, but you just like feel foggy about it. You could just drive in circles and circles and circles. You got to have like know where you're going.
Know where you're going before you can get there.
Yeah. And does that mean that you can like decide to change? Yes, absolutely. Going through this, you'll have a framework to, okay, I'm going to reassess. I'm going to adjust, pivot. Now you have a place where you can go and make those adjustments, and then you still have crystal clarity. So it's a really beautiful process. I love that. It's a process, not a prison.
Mm-hmm.
I might tattoo that somewhere.
Do it. I love it. I love it. I mean, just, you can build your business in a way where your business works for you rather than you working for your business, if that makes sense. Like your business should feed your lifestyle, not compete with it.
Yes.
And so this entire session has that at the heart of it. Oh, hey, Antonio, good to see you. This whole session has that at the heart of it, of your business is serving you and your lifestyle and your values. And so it's working for you. So however many hours you have available, that's what we're going to put in your promo plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. And so like this will work for anyone at any stage of business. And honestly, once you know where you're going and you know how you're going to get there, it can actually happen. The vast majority of people that I talk to, strategizing with them in business, have been going in circles for a long time.
Yeah.
Because they just don't know what they don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want you going in circles anymore.
Right.
If you felt like as you're building your business, you've been going in circles, give me a hashtag circles. Let us know if that's where you're at. I can definitely relate to that. I went in circles for 6 years in my business. I called it riding the struggle bus in circles.
Yeah.
And 6 years is a long time to struggle, but as soon as I got my ducks in a row and I had the right strategies in place and the right sales systems in place, I went from struggling for 6 years to earning six figures in 6 months. Big difference, right?
Yeah.
So you can absolutely do the same thing. You might just need a little bit more structure in your business than you have today.
Yep. And this is completely set up to create that. So I have no doubt anybody who goes through it will walk away feeling completely empowered.
Yeah. So I'm seeing like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. And you guys can do it too. Totally. Mm-hmm. So if you're at all interested, of course, we're sharing there's a little ticker on the screen here where you can go to the website to sign up for that session. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. We will circle back. We'll get those questions answered. Or, you can just comment vision and someone from my team will connect with you and make sure you have the link if for some reason you would rather get the link that way. So with that, we'll cut you guys loose. We'll let you have your time back. I hope you're enjoying that amazing magical time between Christmas and New Year's where no one knows what day it is and everything blends together. I hope you're hanging out in your pajamas at home. And we will see you guys next week.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.